In this video, we are going to talk about Mercury through the nakshatra of Uttaraphalguni. So keep watching. Namaste and welcome to Pramanic Astrology channel. I'm your host Prasad Mahazani. Help you raise your vibrations and become your true self with the help of Vedic astrology. And if you want to learn Vedic astrology step by step, join me on my free training for 3 hours. Link is in the description. Just check out the offer and you don't have to spend anything. Okay, and you will get initiated into Vedic astrology without spending thousands of dollars or any rupee on that, and even if you have no prior background to Vedic astrology. Okay, so see you on the other side of the training. Now let's talk about the Mercury into the sign of Mercury in the nakshatra of Uttaraphalguni. Okay, in last video we talked about the significance of Mercury, the planet which make or break your relationship. Let's talk about Mercury in the Uttaraphalguni Nakshatra. The Uttaraphalguni Nakshatra is all about, taking vows of marriage and friendship. It's like two couple taking the vows of togetherness. The Lord Shiva and Parvati said to be married on this nakshatra. The Uttaraphalguni Nakshatra is ranging from 26 degree 40 minutes of Leo to the 10th degree of Virgo. So it has one pada in Leo and it has 3 pada in the sign of Virgo. Okay, so it has this importance of Sun and Mercury both. This nakshatra is Dasha ruled by Sun. Uttaraphalguni nakshatra is Dasha ruled by Sun. The deity associated with this is Aryaman. And who is Aryaman? Aryaman is none other than Krishna. What? Yes. In the 10th shloka, in the 10th chapter, 29th verse of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, among the Pitris, I am the Aryaman. Okay, we talked about the same shloka, among the controllers, I am the Yama. In the same shloka, he says that among the Pitris, among the ancestors, I am Aryaman. And what is the quality of an Aryaman? You know Krishna, right? He is the greatest friend one can have. So Krishna is all about friendships, love, and divinity. So this nakshatra, the deity Aryaman is about connecting people, is the greatest matchmaker, is the one who is good with bringing two people together for marriage, connecting the friends or connecting two people as a couple, as a matchmaker. So that's the biggest quality of Aryaman. And he is the brother of Bhaga, which is the deity of Purva Falguni. So Bhaga and Aryaman are brothers. And again, they are also associated with Varuna and Bhaga. Now, what happens when Mercury comes into this nakshatra? Mercury is the planet of friendship. The planet of friendship comes into the nakshatra, which is about vows of friendship and marriage. So these people are great matchmakers. These are the people who bring people together. These are the people who allow other people to, get along well. Mercury is also the planet of leisure activities or pleasure activities. The planet of pleasure activities comes into the nakshatra of Uttaraphalguni, and the symbolism associated with Uttaraphalguni nakshatra is the bed. Okay, and bed is symbolism associated with this nakshatra because of the sexual nature of this nakshatra, because marriage is about the union of two people. Okay, that's why even in marriage, bed holds the significance. When a couple is married, they get the decorated bed so that they can come together and have kids. So bed has the association with the marriage, so it has the association with the Uttaraphalguni. And now Mercury with the pleasure activities comes into this nakshatra. Mercury is the planet of intelligence. The planet of intelligence comes into the nakshatra, which is about the divine qualities of the sun. Here is the thing about Uttaraphalguni nakshatra. Uttaraphalguni nakshatra is Dasha ruled by Sun, and it also holds 1 pada into the Sun and 3 padas in the sign of Virgo, which is ruled by Mercury. So what it shows is this nakshatra is important for humanity because this nakshatra is the application of the divine guidance of the sun to the real life, to the material life of human beings. Okay, we have seen the energy of sun in Kritika, but in this nakshatra, in Uttaraphalguni nakshatra, it goes to the next level as it gets applied to the practical world, because sun is like a king. Okay, so he is not though he is responsible for everything which is happening here, because without sun nothing, we won't exist. He is so important, but still he is not aware of the practicalities of the normal life because he is king. Now the planet which is the celestial prince Mercury comes into the nakshatra which is dasha ruled by king, so here the Mercury has the advantage of both, like he has the divine guidance of the kingly sun and has the freshness and application of the celestial prince. So when Mercury goes into the Uttaraphalguni nakshatra, it brings it that practical element to the divine guidance of the sun, and it brings out best out of this conjunction. So this is like Buddhaditya yoga, right? Sun is getting conjunct with Mercury. I really like this nakshatra because this nakshatra is also associated with the Ganesh. Okay, today is Ganesh Chaturthi, and what a better nakshatra to talk about Lord Ganesha. So this nakshatra is also associated with the Lord Ganesha, so which is more like a Shiva's Gana. Okay, so he is leading them. So he is the deity of the Ganas. Uttaraphalguni nakshatra is also about the fun activities, okay, and which resonates well with the nature of Mercury. Okay, so that's the beauty about the Uttaraphalguni nakshatra. Uttaraphalguni nakshatra has the divinity of the sun and the practicality of the Mercury. So when Mercury comes into the nakshatra of Uttaraphalguni, it has the best of both worlds. Okay, now this nakshatra has 4 padas. The first pada of the Uttaraphalguni nakshatra goes into Leo Navamsha. Okay, and Mercury is into the friend's sign and into the pada of Jupiter. Okay, and this is the only pada which is into the sign of Leo for Uttaraphalguni nakshatra. Okay, so now the dasha ruling planet is sun, the pada ruler is sun, and Mercury comes in here. And more so, this is a Pushkar Navamsha. So when Mercury comes into the first pada of Pushkar Navamsha, he is able to get the best, he is able to give the best through this nakshatra with whatever the significations of Mercury, of communication, of intelligence, of practicality, of organization, of detail orientation, about organizing the information and all that Mercurian qualities, the business thing. Okay, so Pushkar Navamsha has the potential to give the best of the abilities to manifest through this nakshatra. Okay, and when it will manifest, check the dashas. Okay, see when the dasha of Mercury is coming in, if you have any planet placed in here, or let's say you have Jupiter placed in here. We'll talk about that later when we'll talk about Jupiter, but the idea is to see the dasha for any answer related to when. Okay, Pushkar Navamsha simply shows the ability to give the best, the potential to give the best through this nakshatra. Okay, the second pada of this nakshatra goes into Capricorn Navamsha, which is ruled by Saturn, which is also a friend of Mercury, and now it goes into the Virgo sign, which is ruled by Mercury. So here Mercury feels comfortable, and here Mercury is more about the practicality. The practical aspect of Mercury, you will see it here, and especially with the finances, because Capricorn is the sign of finances and material achievements. So you will see that Mercury is applying all the divine guidance from the sun and applying it at the practical level to make most out of it, to make money, to get ahead in business, to um, creating meaningful friendships. Let's talk about the fourth pada. The fourth pada of this nakshatra goes into, did I miss the third one? The first is Sagittarius, second is Capricorn, third is Aquarius. Okay, the third pada of the Uttaraphalguni Nakshatra goes into Aquarius, which is the sign, Aquarius is the sign of intelligence. The planet of intellect comes into the sign of intelligence in the Nakshatra of Uttaraphalguni and in Virgo pada. Virgo sign, Aquarius pada. Okay, so this nakshatra brings in the challenge to deal with the intellectual. In this pada, this is sixth pada from the Virgo. Okay, so what it shows is, it shows the financial growth as well along with the intellectual. It shows that you will apply that intellectual knowledge to get ahead in your life. Okay, but yes, this is one of the pada which will be able to manifest the intellectual goals because of Mercury, Virgo and Aquarius influences. Let's talk about the fourth pada. Fourth pada of Uttaraphalguni Nakshatra is into the pada of Pisces. Here now the Mercury is in the sign of Virgo and goes into the sign of Pisces, the sign of debilitation. Okay, but again, this is a Pushkar Navamsha. So what it shows is the planet of intellect goes into the sign which is the last sign, the Pisces, of letting go. Yes, Aquarius is also a sign of letting go, but Pisces is the ultimate sign of ocean. Okay, and when Mercury goes into the sign of Pisces, it's about the intellect getting into the deepest ocean to get dissolved into the last resort. Okay, and it is also a Pushkar Navamsha, so it has the ability to give you the best results even though it is a debilitated pada. So yes, this was Mercury into Uttaraphalguni Nakshatra, as much as I could hold grasp and share with you guys. If you want to learn more about Vedic astrology, or if you want to learn Vedic astrology step by step, join me on my 33 days Vedic astrology bootcamp or join my free training. Link is in the description, sending you tons of positive energy, sending you high vibrations. See you in the next videos. Love and peace. Namaste.